You all, can you imagine? The sole administrator of River State has done the unthinkable. Not only did he nominate sole administrators for each of the local governments, each of the 23 local governments in River State, he has also gone ahead to elect new chairman for the River State Electoral Commission. It looks to me like this man is planning to conduct an election before maybe the expiration of 6 months because, and to think of it, 6 months is too short a period to organize an election. So, which inadvertently means that he has it at the back of his mind that he's going to spend more than 6 months in office. Can you imagine? Anyway, a lot of people have been of the opinion that, he's just, playing out a script. He's just, doing exactly what he has been told to do. But meanwhile, a lot of people like me, I never knew. I did not know that, this man will come and start, changing people, sacking political appointees and, hiring new people. Because what in the name of God is the purpose of you electing sole administrators for each local government when you're spending only 6 months? Or what is the advantage of electing new River State Electoral Commissioner or new River State Electoral Commission chairman when you're only going to spend 6 months? Like, what is the advantage if not that he's planning to conduct an election? So by the time he conducts an election and leaves the office, then they will tell Fubara that he doesn't have the rights, he doesn't have the power to remove them. Is that not it? I think that's the end game here. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Guys, before we go ahead, if this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please go ahead and click on the subscribe button down below. Also, leave your opinions in the comment section below. The sole administrator of River State, Ete Ibaz, has officially announced the appointment of Michael Ode as the new chairman of the River State Independent Electoral Commission. This announcement was made public in a special government announcement released on Wednesday morning by the Secretary of the State Government, Professor Ibibia Worika. Who else is noticing that? All of what this sole administrator is doing is to carry out what the wike faction had wanted to do, but were unable to do. Do you notice? Have you noticed that? Starting with appointing local government chairmen or sole administrators or whatever name he calls it, sole administrators for each of his local governments in River State. That was exactly what Fubara wanted to do, and the wike-led faction did not want that election to hold, which eventually the election was annulled. Secondly, the wike-led faction, the 27 lawmakers, had invited the River State Electoral Commission chairman after the Supreme Court had declared that the election was null and void. They had invited him and some of the members of the River State Electoral Commission, but he refused to show. They had given him queries of some sort, and now we are seeing the sole administrator of River State do exactly that, remove him and replacing him with someone else. So where is Fubara winning in all of this, if you ask me? Where is he winning? Nowhere. It's not favoring him in any way. That is why those lawmakers can, happily travel abroad to go and spend a nice time, because they know that the sole administrator is there doing their bidding, is there carrying out their instructions. So they have no cause for alarm, because I think that they are even the most happiest of all when it comes to the declaration of state of emergency in River State. Moving on, in addition to appointing the new chairman, Ibaz has also selected individuals to serve as members of the Electoral Commission. The full list of the newly appointed Resident Electoral Commission members include, which means that people have alleged that he is nominating people who are wike supporters, wike strong followers, as sole administrators in all of his local governments. So which also means that he's going to look for people who would play ball, that is, people who are in support of wike and would do anything they want for them to be members of his newly constituted commission, and the chairman inclusive, which means when it's time for a new election, these people would, play ball and do whatever they ask, and their own people would eventually, win the local government chairmanship position. Number one, the chairman, Dr. Michael Epia Ode. Member, Mr. Lazasi Lene Tobira. Professor Dr. Otto Nwafo. Professor Godfrey Woke Ongu Dioga, Professor Dame Joyce Akaniwo, Dr. Mrs. Olivia A. Bruce, Professor Chidi Alide. In a related development, the sole administrator had earlier approved the appointment of administrators for the 23 local government areas of River State. This decision comes despite a court order issued by the Federal High Court in Port Harcourt on Tuesday, which reportedly restrained IBAs from appointing administrators to oversee the local government councils. Justice Adam Mohammed issued the restraining order in case number FHC-PH-CS 46-2025, filed by the Philex Center for Civic Education Initiative, led by Courage Siri Movi. Even though the court's ruling prohibited the appointment of local government administrators, IBAS proceeded to approve a constitution of several boards for various state agencies, commissions, and parastatals, which has previously been suspended. The approval for these boards, like the Rivers State Electoral Commission appointment, was detailed in a government announcement issued on Wednesday by Professor Rsiec. Let's have your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. What do you all think of this? Before we go, my people, let's take a look at some of the reactions we got online. The first comment comes from Raymond, who says, "Now that you've allowed yourself to be used unconstitutionally, expect the consequences of yourself and your generations after you." Fortune Aigbe says, "I believe when the governor is on board, he would definitely change the Rivers State Electoral Commission." They might put a clause. They might say that he should not change them, because all of these I am not understanding. What's the end game? What's the end goal here? Ibrahim Oladotun says, "We are not surprised with this shame on democracy. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is an hypocrite on the rule of law. Despite the judgment of the Supreme Court for local government autonomy, Nigeria is in danger of anarchy." Benjamin says, "Let him continue to appoint anyone into any position. I hope the moment Fubara returns to office, he would dismantle all of them." But what is the essence of doing all of this in the first place? If you know that when the government gets back to its position, it would reverse everything that you've done. So why are you doing it? Is it that he's thinking? Because I just keep repeating this. I just keep saying it over and over again, because it just seems that's the only logical explanation. He seems to think that he's going to spend more than 6 months, but because for someone who is just in a position for a temporary period of time, you don't go ahead firing and hiring new people. Like, out of the 6 months saved, 1 month is almost gone, so what's the use? Another person says, "Those who fail to rise against injustice and impunity will eventually be consumed by their actions. It's clear that democratically elected government of Fubara has been overthrown by Tinubu himself using the military. I hope some hypocrites will not open their jaundiced mouths to shout about military rule when this government is overthrown. This retired Navy man is in Rivers to do a hatchet job, dismantling all established structures illegally, and people are keeping mute. Nigeria is a big joke." I just think that what is happening in Rivers State is a rehearsal of what might happen at the federal level. I don't pray for that, but it seems like Tinubu has thrown them the bone, and they have had a taste of it. And they might just be thinking that what would happen if we take over Nigeria. Let's have your total opinions in the comment section. What do you all think of this? Thank you very much for always listening and watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.